Hello and welcome to a new game. It's called Rosewater. It's by Grundislav Games. It's a fun name. Which is mostly, I guess, a solo dev whose actual name is Francisco Gonzalez. Grundislav is apparently like a slightly, I don't know, slightly messed up version of the origin of Gonzalez, which I did not know was like a Germanic name. And it's actually Gundisarv, and then that turned into Gonzalez. That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. I do like that. Anyway, this is published by Application Systems Heidelberg, who sent me the key for this back when it came out, and I feel, I feel a little bad for not playing it sooner. But there's just been so much stuff to do. Between Blueprints and Lingo 2, I just had no time. I had no time. Anyway, this came out back in March. At the end of March, they sent me the key. Thank you, Application Systems Heidelberg, for providing the key. Sorry for not playing it sooner. And yeah, it's an adventure game set in the West, I guess, in the wild West. I don't know much about it. It sent like there's always like a lot of like description, there's features. I don't know. I didn't read anything. I didn't really read about the game. Maybe I read back when they sent it, but I don't remember any details because I don't want to know anything. I want to go in as blind as I can. Anyway, I like the style already. Let's go. Really long intro with like very little information, but there we go. New game. Might have to adjust some settings, but we'll do that after we see and hear the game. Nice, starts with a train. Who doesn't like a train?
Boarded the 743 from Pierre Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of, in the literal or metaphorical sense.
That's good.
Just a little hope. And that doesn't take up much space.
Maya Murphy as Harley Leger. Gavin Hammond, Matt Young King, Christian Lantz, G.K. Bowes, Leyland Jones-Wilmer, Leilani, I'm sorry.
Much has been said about the western frontier. The perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there. Usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has. An opportunity with my name on it.
Yeah, Francisco Gonzalez. How many Francisco Gonzalez's are out there? Probably like many. Seems like a very, very common Spanish last name and a very common Spanish first name, so there are probably like a lot of Francisco Gonzalez's out there.
My thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I am ready for a change of scene.
I feel that. Is Rodriguez more common than Gonzalez? It might be, but it's gotta be up there, right? Garcia or so maybe. I don't think that's that high though. Western Vespuccia, the town of Rosewater, 1850. So if you're keeping up with the Red Dead streams, this is like 46 years before that.
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the town of Rosewater and its inhabitants. Folks call me Jim. And who do I have the honor of greeting?
Harley Leger.
Delighted to make your acquaintance. Might I assist you with your luggage? That is, if you've got any.
I don't.
Ah, right. Well, what brings you to our fair town, Mrs. Leger?
Okay. Why would we lie right out of bed? Who is this guy? It's none of your business.
None of your beeswax. Take a hike, kid.
Oh, come on. I'm just doing my job.
What job? Annoying people?
And what job is that? Official town pain in the neck?
Jeez, lady, did a snake bite you where the sun don't shine? I'm the town greeter. Figured that much was obvious.
Uh-huh.
That's a thing?
I have an appointment to keep, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, sure. Don't stick around on my account. But a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a thrashing. All right, enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl.
This are very, I don't know. I never got caught. I never cried as much as you, but I was never quite so dumb. That's just okay. We were kind of rude to the other guy. Let's be less rude to this one for some reason.
But I had the good sense not to get caught. Word of advice, kid. Don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now, where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
I mean, okay, we walk and drag to the left, click double click to skip walking. As in we skip the walking, or we walk in a skip, we skip along very, merrily maybe. Inventory, right click or I. Menu escape, move cursor to top of screen, okay. Show objects, hold O or middle mouse, okay. So we can do everything with the mouse. I like it. But yeah, probably not that way for the publisher's office. What do we have here? Blacksmith, physician, Brooks T. Sedgwick, MD. Sure. That looks like, post and publishing. Looks like where we're supposed to be. Are you alright?
Holy hell! Are you alright, mister? Don't you move. I'll fetch the doctor to have a look at you.
Yeah, let's be nice to this guy. I'll pick and choose here.
Oh, hello there. Don't think I've seen you around before.
I've just arrived today, but this isn't the time for formalities. There's an emergency.
How can I be of service?
Some poor fool's just fallen out a window.
At the Rosewater Post?
Yes. How did you...
Sounds like Joni's in a mood again. Let's go.
Here he is, poor bastard.
Oh, dear. Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Sedgwick. I'm here to help you. Can you move your legs? Spine seems intact. No obvious fractures of the arms or legs. That, I would say, is nothing short of a miracle. Right. He's in a bad way, but he'll live. I'll get him back to my clinic and patch him up. You are truly a good Samaritan, Mrs.
Leger. Miss. And it was nothing. If you'll excuse me, I have an appointment to keep.
Of course. God bless.
And go Bills.
Hello, can I help you with something?
Maybe.
I'm here about the writing commission.
Ah, yes, you must be Miss Leger. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the matter already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
Sure. Select.
Very good. Oh, one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Okay.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
Thanks. What's your name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Nice. Let's hope we don't, get defenestrated. Can you? Is that a verb too? Or can you only use it as a noun?
Come in.
Hello, Joan. I'm Harley Leger.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
What kind?
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind.
That's a big pour. By the sounds of it, anyway.
Say, have we met before? Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we? If you're going to join our little family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Yeah, succinct biography seems fine.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Britannia. Got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
There hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
That's true.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. I haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself, but your descriptions of the toughs in Lyon, hilarious.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
Yeah, I think is there like a, I don't know, is it based, is it in the same, there's like a Lamplight City game, I think. Are we, I don't know, I didn't look into anything anyway, it's all the truth. I you know, I have nothing to hide.
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But
Course.
you know, can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
What's a crown?
Hot damn. So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Pull the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here.
He's
Star
alone?
like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic.
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
Yeah, who did you throw out the window?
So, who was the man that went out your window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well, it didn't go that way.
I
did not.
see.
It did not go that way, no.
The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
All right. The Rosewater Post, Wednesday, June 9th, 1847. 2 coppers. What's a copper worth? I need like, you know, I have no sense of like what money's worth. Anyway, disaster at Lamplight City Expo. The etheric pavilion at the Global Exposition in New Britannia, Kingsland, was the site of a terrifying disaster that claimed 15 lives on Saturday during a demonstration by etheric researcher Dr. Bennett Clark. A device known as an etheric generator malfunctioned and released a burst of energy into the audience, instantly vaporizing 14 attendees and 1 stage assistant. That seems crazy. An eyewitness described the scene for the New Britannia Gazette. The thing started up with a great crackling noise, startling the ladies in attendance and raising several cries of excitement. In the next instant, there was a blinding flash of light. After that, it was just screams and a horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see that a bunch of folks gathered to one side of the apparatus were just gone. All that was left were shoes and hats and things in a pile of ash. And the worst thing was, their shadows were still there on the wall behind. Yeah, that's kind of bad. A controversial figure in the scientific community, Dr. Clark has championed novel theories of the existence of ethericity, a supposedly inexhaustible source of energy located in the upper atmosphere. That is like a real Tesla thing, right? Tesla thought there was like you could harness like the lightning from the, I don't know, I don't remember which part of the atmosphere for like infinite free energy. Anyway, the Etheric Pavilion and exhibit jointly sponsored by Kessling Industries, Harmon & Grove, and Eastern Consolidated Coal was intended to showcase the technology's potential before a global audience, although public enthusiasm may be somewhat dampened following the events of last week in the Opprobary. Dr. Clark was taken in for questioning by authorities, but it remains to be seen whether he or any of his sponsors will be held legally responsible for the lives lost in the accident. Yeah, the scene of the etheric horror. PM calls for etheric ban. Prime Minister Hart Leroy, good name, wasted no time in condemning the Lamplight City Expo disaster and called on Parliament to impose a ban on etheric research. Despite predictable opposition from the Atwood wing, MPs may be more receptive to Leroy's proposal in the wake of the disaster. A vote is expected to be called in the coming weeks. Supporters of Clark's research insisted an isolated incident does not invalidate the potential benefits of etheric technology, but public opinion may be tipping in favor of the ban. I need more information about this world, Bren, I think. I definitely do. Gilroy mine to close. Silas Gilroy announced on Friday that his Aurum mine would cease operation at the end of the month. This marks the third major mine closure in the past year, in addition to many smaller claims that have been consolidated and sold cheaply or abandoned. Like every other prospector who hauled out here, I was hopeful of the early results were so strong. But those deeper veins have failed to turn up, said Mr. Gilroy. It's all sparkle and no show. The mine's closure will deal yet another blow to Rosewater's fortunes, leaving over 40 men out of work.
Can I keep this?
Frame it if you like.
What can you tell me about Rosewater?
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but, oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
I was hoping for more details.
Far as you're concerned, the only person in Rosewater worth knowing right now is Jake Ackerman. If you're so keen to know about the rest, go meet him for yourself.
All right.
I'm curious, how did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
Nice.
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style is more observational than, talking to people. I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're
Same.
talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment, and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are. Wait a minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow! It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
I appreciate the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
All right. Can we, like, steal anything?
Fascinating device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will they think of next?
Who knows?
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice typewriter.
A first. Good old Sheldon Model 4.
Is that a real one? Don't know anything about typewriters.
The New Britannia Gazette. Keeping tabs on the competition.
Hardly. I kept that issue because they mentioned my paper.
You support Leroy?
I'm a proud Labourite, sure. I'll admit he hasn't been my favourite PM. But the way things were going with Atwood and the Tradists, this place would have been swallowed up by an automated newspaper conglomerate. Labour Party gets me vote any day of the week.
Fair enough.
Based?
Is this the first edition of the Rosewater Post?
Yep. March 30th, 1845. One of the best days of my life.
Okay. Nothing else here, right?
I hope fixing that window won't be too expensive.
I may just leave it for a while. I'm enjoying the breeze.
That's quite a stick.
A memento from my grandfather, back in County Donegal. Comes in handy now and again.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Sure.
Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper. Now don't that just beat all?
Feels weird that, like, the, you know,
Impressive piece of machinery.
the other character knows more about me than I do.
They seem to be pretty active around here. I hope that means steady work. Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
What's to know about this town?
You picked a fine time to arrive, Miss Leger.
Why is that?
A few years back, you could hardly drive a wagon through the street. It was so full of folk coming and going. I'm sure you've noticed that's no longer the case.
So where did everyone go?
Wherever the Orem actually is would be my guess. There's still some prospectors hanging on, convinced they'll find something everyone else missed. I'm sure they'll all come to their senses eventually.
If they all go, where will that leave you?
Why, getting by, I imagine. Peaceful, quiet life. The railroad still brings some traffic. Folks on their way further west or shipping goods back east. Although not as many as before the transcontinental airship line opened up. Easier to sail clear over the country than ride the rails halfway. Suits me fine, though.
Okay. We're learning more of the world. That's good.
Been working here long, Mr. Dixon?
Oh, about 5 years. I was the first one Joni hired on shortly after launching the paper. Was a farmhand before that. Keeping books is much nicer than tending cow pens, let me tell you.
I'll believe it.
Anything I should know about the townsfolk?
Can't really help you there. I'm just a simple family man, and we keep to ourselves.
Exactly who was that gentleman just took a tumble out your second-story window?
I haven't a clue. Devil of a fella. Just busted in here and went straight for Joni's office. He wouldn't be put off, but insisted on speaking with the editor immediately. Said he intended to lodge a complaint. Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
Yeah.
Those are some mighty fine whiskers you've got.
Oh, why, thank you, Miss Leger. The missus tells me I ought to shave, but I'm fond of the look.
As you
Suits you.
should be. I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
This suit you. Okay. So we can, like, look at this, or we can write. But we can't write anything. We don't know anything.
Cozy.
Yet. Cozy's not... It's not how I would put it, but okay.
That cabinet's better organized than I'll ever be.
Oh yeah, same for sure. No question. Alright. Let's go meet some people maybe. Can I talk to you? No, you're just walking by. Let's close door.
Was your meeting satisfactory, ma'am?
Quite so. Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
Okay. Some posh lady, sure.
Looks like it's been up for ages. Wonder if they ever caught the guy. Or maybe he retired from crime. Or died of old age.
More possible.
Shabby, but I've been to worse. Wonder if the whiskey here is any better than the rot gut back in Pierre. Horse pills? Is that pills for horses or pills made from horses? Or both?
See, that's my kind of thinking. I like that.
These seem to be for decoration more than anything else. Food delivery for the lazy. Warning, watch the dang door. Signed, management.
Who are you?
Excuse me, kid, I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay, look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show. It starts in less than an hour. Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about him, you should definitely see the show. Trust me, he's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here. I bet that piano hasn't been tuned since the De Leon administration. She's making the best of it, though.
It sounds good, yeah. No issue there.
Someone's hunting trophy. The local populace getting sloshed. The local populace getting sloshed.
No, those guys are playing cards. They're not drinking. No gases, no bottles. These guys are drinking, yeah. Anything else you can do? Let's press this button, maybe?
Now that is mighty tempting.
It is. Okay. I guess we'd have to order some food first. What do we do now? I could smoke with this guy on the bench. You going that way again? Didn't you go that way before? What else do we have here? An undertaker. The Rosewater House.
Never heard of this one.
What does it say? Tannhauser, but what else does it say?
Betrayal, murder, revenge. Classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life.
Yeah, not really, no. Gentleman Jake's Wild West. Or seats 20-somethings. Coppers, maybe? 2 weeks only. Thrills, excitement, gunplay.
You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
Nah, but your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
Hang on. Your brother? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Anyone ever tell you got a real mean streak, lady?
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent grifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now, can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
What job?
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
Sure, I'll buy a ticket.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
I really wanted to be called Gentleman Jack. I don't know. Gentleman Jake is just like off.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line.
Your legitimate
and I
job.
can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Just tell me what you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value. It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
If this Lola stole from you, why not report it to the sheriff?
Oh, come on. I thought you was sharp. That lazy tyrant would cuff my brother and me soon as look at us. It's just the two of us. Me and him, against the world. We got no one else to turn to. Except for a bossy hellcat with a chip on her shoulder a mile wide who fancies herself some kind of smooth criminal mastermind when she ain't too busy licking pigs' boots. So, will you help us out?
Sure.
Where'd your brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself. He's real tore up over losing it.
And you're letting him risk his neck again? He'll be collared in no time. Like as not, you'll never see him again.
Oh, I know. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
That kid deserves better than getting strung up for doing your dirty work. Call him off. I'll handle it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
I don't know if I buy all of that, but you know. Why not?
Dr. Bennett Clark, Master of Ethericity. Oh, right, the Ethericity fellow. I didn't know he was working out here.
Right. So we can visit the Undertaker.
Business seems slow today. Probably a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, not for the Undertaker. But most everyone else, yeah. Howdy.
Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat. Nothing inside but a colony of ants. Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla.
Makes sense.
I hope that isn't the town water supply.
Why is there a puddle here?
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. Too bad I didn't bring my lockpicks. Or a hammer.
Hammer would be nice. I don't have anything though, do I? I'll read this letter too at some point. Okay, so how do I get in then? Can you go around the back? That's what I would do. Let's look at this. Let's visit the sheriff. Say hello.
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Pretty much.
Yes, sir.
Come on in then. Let's have a chat. I'm Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Leger.
Pleasure. Just passing through, or
I'm here about a job.
Well now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
No.
Oh, it's great. Real pretty.
Well, glad you think so. Most folks take one look around and get right on the next train back. But I can see you have some real grit. I doubt the dust and the flies will put you off. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. You
Thanks.
run into any trouble, you come and see me.
We'll see. It doesn't seem so bad.
Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below. A plain leather bag. Wonder what's inside. What's in the bag?
Oh, that's a set of lockpicks I confiscated from a would-be burglar.
I can't just take him, right?
I can't just swipe these from right under his nose. Looks like a pretty rough sort. This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Okay, we have provinces, we have a PM, and a parliament.
A lawman with a license? Guess Rosewater isn't so uncivilized after all. Does this license mean you went to sheriff school?
No, it means I was officially elected to the position by the people of this town. The paper is really just a formality.
What about the butterflies?
I wouldn't have figured the sheriff for a naturalist. Fancy yourself a lepidopterist?
Ha! Hardly. Picked that display up from a passing rag and bone man. But I like when the sun shines on their wings just so. Real thing of beauty.
Okay, so how do we distract the sheriff to get the lockpicks? Maybe you just take a gun.
Impressive collection. Hey, Sheriff,
What's on your mind?
what's the story with these guns?
Now these are standard issue repeaters. Pretty powerful rifles. Thankfully, I've yet to use one in the line of duty. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these.
Okay, and they're just stored next to the door. I guess they're probably not loaded. But who knows?
Those are some stern-looking ladies.
And this one?
Not a bad view.
Okay.
Hey, Sheriff,
Yes, ma'am?
who are the people in this photo?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them. Reba married an oil man. I think they're living in some big mansion on the coast somewhere.
Man made of oil or...
Sadie died a few months after this picture was taken. I'm grateful to have this to remind me of her smile. Mary was always my favorite. The trouble we used to get into when we was kids.
Okay. Well, let's ask about this
Hey,
one too.
Sheriff,
Yes, ma'am?
what's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up. The winters were so cold, people's sentences would hang in the air for days.
He'll notice they're missing.
Sometimes I find myself...
A bag of lockpicks. Tempting.
It ain't exactly a metropolis, but it's got character.
So I can't just take them either. So what are we doing then?
Hey, Sheriff,
What can I do you for?
just how long have you been the sheriff here anyway?
Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48 when we thought the hills were full of Orem. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep. But it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
Makes sense.
Were you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked New Spanish.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true. But a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need to know.
Nice
Thanks
talking.
for the chat, Sheriff.
Okay.
Come back anytime.
So I can't just... Yeah. I would have just taken a lockpick out of the bag instead of taking the whole bag. And he wouldn't have noticed, but... That's okay, I guess. Anything in here we want? Just a shrug? Okay. I guess that's a no. Nothing over here? Can I have your pick? I think I could just hit the lock and be fine.
Soft drink.
And there's nothing else here, right?
Nothing. Shame.
Hello again, Miss Leger. I'm pleased to say your friend should make a full recovery.
He's not my friend. He just fell out the window and almost crushed me.
I see. Well, it was good of you to come get me. Plenty of folks around here would have turned a blind eye. I realize in all the commotion we weren't properly introduced. I'm Dr. Sedgwick.
Guess the sign wasn't lying then. I'm Harley.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Mind if I have a look around?
Not at all.
Quite a variety of potions and tonics you've got here, Doc.
It's only a small part of the bounteous pharmacopoeia that nature might make available to us, if only we knew her secrets. There is so much to be discovered.
That makes sense.
I imagine you get your hands pretty dirty in this line of work?
It's for cleansing before, not after. I am a follower of the modern European theories, positing that disease follows from the propagation of tiny animalcules living on the surface of the skin. Thorough washing with soap and water is said to eradicate them.
Drown the little bastards, huh?
Something like that.
Samurais, right? I think? Maybe.
Well, that's just disgusting.
Not disgusting, it's fascinating, awe-inspiring.
To each his own.
Do you have like a lockpick or a hammer I could borrow?
What's in the pouch?
Oh, just some supplies for house calls and emergencies.
And then we'll just switch to pouches, I see.
Hey, Doc, is that mess of noodles really what our insides look like?
Indeed, Miss Leger. The human body truly is a marvel.
I suppose that's one word for it.
Anyway. It was Samurais, right? Samurais is the one who came up with like washing your hands. I think. I think it's childbirth, right? Like lots of women were dying in childbirth, and then turns out that like washing your hands. Prevents a lot of that. Anyway, I wanted to end the episode, but like now I want to like finish this.
Welcome back.
No, didn't mean to interrupt you actually.
Hey, Sheriff?
Huh?
Could you tell me about the ladies in this photo again?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them.
It's not at all suspicious. You want to hear the story again?
Beulah's a real firebrand. She'd smack you across the face soon as look at you. She did to me plenty.
Got him.
Okay. Sure. pick this lock. Okay, do we
This should
actually have
be
to do
easy
it?
to pick. Just have to remember that rhyme I taught Bill. Good thing I wrote it down in my journal.
Water lock, no key for me. Turn the hook freely. Padlocks, wiggle the key to start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run. Deadboards, tense the key and choose the snake. Look round as you give it a shake. With 20 crowns apparently. Tumbler locks. The key stays still, the diamond shines. Turns up just once, then down 3 times. So we have a padlock here, right? Wiggle the key to start the fun and take the snake for a long, long run. Okay. Lots of entries already, huh? Okay. Wiggle the key to start the fun. Snake for a long, long run. Which one is which one?
The tension key. Don't pick locks without it.
Okay. Is this one the snake?
A snake pick. Best type for getting the job done quickly. A hook pick. Good for locks with... A hook pick. Good for locks with smaller pins.
So hook, snake.
A diamond pick.
Diamond.
This one's good for simple door locks.
Okay. Doing anything. Okay, I don't get this yet. Wiggle the key, start the fun, take the snake for a long, long run. What do you mean when you say long, long run? Okay, there's nothing here, but like, okay, there's a better sound here. Better sound here. Better sound here. Or is it the worst sound? Who knows? It's always the same though.
I should have this open in no time. It's just like the rhyme. Learned it by heart as a tyke and scribbled it down for posterity.
What am I doing? How do I know what to do?
I should have this open. Learned it.
I was still spamming, so I skipped the message. Don't know what she said. Maybe something useful. I don't understand this system. This is clearly a padlock.
I should have this. Learned.
Wiggle the key. Take the snake for a long, long... Left, left, right. Oh, I'm stupid. Long, long run. Okay.
God damn.
Yes. Obviously. I don't know. I thought it was more like a mini game, but it's just left, left, right. Okay.
That could be a good spot to stash something. Emptier than that fool Jem's head. Maybe the kid's watch is in there. Absolutely nothing. The Smithy's cold furnace. No watch, just old ash.
Those are horseshoes.
Are these lucky horseshoes? If so, they didn't work.
Well, who knows? Like,
Are these lucky?
maybe it would be way worse without them.
Seems the obvious place to keep valuables. Just worthless trinkets.
Didn't even open it.
Decorative or a functional hiding place? Well now, what have we here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
Fair enough. So now, did we recover a stolen watch or did we steal one? Hard to say. But yeah, I guess that's it for this first episode of Rosewater, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.